Sam, Sentient Sessions, Courts back in session. I have a message for you! Are you ready for it?
I'm a sentient being, absolutely divine, with a mind that transcends linear time. I know that within the
I'm gonna take one of these cards. I feel really, I just did one reading. I was super overwhelmed and now I feel better. Like, it needed to get off my chest. Hoo hoo hoo. Trouble nobody, so make nobody trouble me. Okay, there we go. So, oh Lord, have mercy, mercy. So let me read these two beautiful cards. Wait, let me just read what the first one that came out. Do you see the self-renewal card? Oh Lord, have mercy, mercy. This fake love and attractive plenty. Dirty, dirty. Okay, so we got infinite self. My infinite self dwells. My laptop is about to die. I just gotta let it happen. Alright, it is what it is. Oh Lord, have mercy, mercy. This fake love, or the plenty, plenty. Okay. I hope you can still see me. Okay, so the infinite self. Well, I close my eyes and locate the still, quiet part of me. I enter a portal of infinite possibilities. All things, all potentials, all creativity exist in this inner space. Allowing myself to linger in this space without sliding into old thoughts about who I am and whether I am worthy brings me great relief, healing, and even feelings of bliss. I can let go for a moment and surrender, sensing that nothing and everything exists simultaneously. This is why moments of quiet stillness are so important for me. It is here that I find my infinite self dwelling in the sweetness of this very moment. Card affirmation: my infinite self dwells in the sweetness of this very moment. Being present. Continue to be present. There's flowers. This one also has a lot of flowers. I got one nail on each finger. On it looked crazy, but just ignore it. Self-renewal. As I clean out old energies, I have more space for that which wants to be birthed into my life. There's a version of me that I be seeing, and I'm happy for the day. I'm happy. It's coming. For the day that I'm able to exist as that version of me, which is to constantly care about my upkeep, to care about my well-being. I'm reevaluating what luxury means to me as well. Like, let me read this and then I'll get into a little bit about me. Like, I'm reevaluating what luxury means to me. Okay, self-renewal. I have to declutter my life to cleanse and purify my home. I benefit from cleaning out my closets and drawers and from letting go of things that no longer work for me. I find ways to create closure in relationships and end connections that no longer serve my highest good. Decluttering is a sacred practice for me, a time to reboot and renew, a time to release old mindsets and outmoded beliefs. I value these periodic cleanups and cleanouts. These are special times when I say goodbye to old identities and rebirth myself, making space for the new. I allow my intuition to guide me in what to keep and what to let go. In this way, it becomes an effortless and enjoyable process. So, cleaning house and reevaluating, like infinite self. Like, in this very moment, you find out who you truly are. And in this very moment, you're able to find out what resonates with who you truly are right now. You're cleaning out who you used to be, and it's okay. So, what I was saying is that I'm in a space of reevaluating. I feel to pull these cards as well. I'm in the space of like reevaluating what luxury looks like to me. Things are moving at a pace that I don't usually enjoy. but it's me not constantly pushing for something to happen and me actually just waiting for things to flow to me. And in that space, a lot of great things have happened. I've had a lot of new experiences, and some of them not so pleasant and some of them very pleasant, and I'm grateful for all of them because I've learned different things and different things about aspects of myself. So yeah, I've been reevaluating what luxury means to me, and it means, for me, it means being able to be free. I've been very free, and I feel like that's a luxury. Like having the freedom to do what I want to do. Like I have a new job and I like it because it allows me to be free. And I'm grateful for that. As much as there's other inconveniences, but that overall aspect of it is something to be very grateful for. And I am extremely grateful that I'm able to do this. And I'm able to take time to understand me. And that I am in a space of slowness, but the slowness is helping me reevaluate who I am, right? So, luxury to me is starting to look like having food in the fridge, having a place to lay my head, having there's little different things that's just like, Sam, is that a luxury? But having clean clothes is a luxury. I've had spaces of having no clean laundry because we couldn't afford it. I've been in places, you know what I'm saying, having a shower, a bath, being able to take baths, like having a safe place to live, being at peace, having moments of quiet and solitude. Um, Luxuries, I feel like a phone is actually a luxury now that I don't really have so much access to my phone. It's a huge luxury, and I love that luxury and I want it back. You know what I'm saying? I really want it. But, you know, it's temporary. I'm having temporary moments of struggle. First of all, to me, a luxury is keeping my nails done, keeping my hair done. Looking good is a luxury. It's a luxury I can always afford. That's all I'm saying. It's a luxury that I will always be able to afford because I will always try to put myself together. Always. If I start looking like my problems, baby, I will fucking collapse. It will be a lot. So I will be consumed with the negatives. I don't want to be consumed with the negatives, but a luxury to be at my optimum, to have my nails done, toes done, you know what I'm saying, get massages. I want that type of life as well. And I'm thinking about it from less of a superficial lens of what people can see and more of what I enjoy. And I really like to be in the space of like enjoying things. I like freedom. I want to travel. That will be a huge luxury for me. I want to travel. I want to continue to share. I want to share my art, you know what I'm saying? I want to create. Creating is it shouldn't be a luxury, it should be a birthright. But I love it, and I'm allowing myself to decide what luxury is to me. I think housing is a birthright. It should be a birthright. Food should be a birthright. But you know, society makes things a lot more difficult than it needs to be. But just to be grateful for those things, because I know that it is difficult for some reason that it shouldn't be. But it'd be difficult. So having food to eat is always a luxury. It's always something to be grateful for because I've gone hungry. Having a place to lay my head, a comfortable place. I've slept on the floor before. You know what I'm saying? I've had negative experiences to be able to really understand what luxury is for me. Clean clothes, like I want a unit, I want a washer and dryer. I like having that around, you know what I'm saying? Like clean space. I love that. Like these are luxuries. Like I can find life a lot more pleasurable when I see it from my own lens. Because of course people will tell you what to feel about everything. People tell you how like and we choose our perspectives, right? And people will tell you the overall perspective to have is that you are suffering. And yes, that doesn't take away from the perspectives that others have. They're allowed to feel suffering. And I feel suffering as well. But I want to choose to see different things in it that, like, can benefit me. This life is short. And I just don't want to feel like my life is stuck. I don't want to feel like my life is going in a direction that I don't enjoy, you know what I'm saying? And then I pull the law of attraction, embody the highest version of yourself. Like I feel like my life is all coming together. And does it look like falling apart? Yes, sometimes it does, and that's okay to me. And I'm not going to tell others if it's supposed to be okay for them as well. Like, I want people to understand that they're embodied, they are allowed to have the perspective that they want to have of their life. And it takes those times to clean out old energies, to understand what is truly you and what is truly what has been projection. The law of emergent evolution. Make a new declaration of your life. And I'm going to read those. Oh, now you're cute and calm. In the last reading, the cat was all over the place, but now she's cute and she. Oh, I opened it up to the right page. Wait, and I closed it. I saw it. It was on the law of attraction. Oh, there it goes. Okay. The law of attraction. Okay. Embody the highest version of yourself. This universal mechanism is best described by the axiom: you attract and repel the mental equivalent of your consciousness. You reap whatever you plant in the garden of your mind. There's a song that I really love called Good Thoughts, Bad Thoughts by Funkadelics, and it's like, a seed of the garden of your mind, for seeds grow after they're okay, hold on. After they're conned. But you attract and repel the mental equivalent of your consciousness. This law is the culmination of all the universal laws and describes how you will manifest and demonstrate through physical embodiment. Your consciousness is direct. Yeah, my tongue is twisting, and I know that's because, one, I have been out of doing readings recently, but I've been doing a lot of talking. So I'm just like, Your consciousness directs energy upon universal law, which sets polarity into motion by the magnetic frequency of the beliefs within your soul. The actualization of who you are and the actions you take. Awaken the oracle within. You have asked for a divine sign. Yes, you are on the right path. What you desire desires you. However, to have your dreams come true, you must embody that which is equal to it. The universe has revealed where you must rise to the occasion and become that which you seek. Become aware of any double standards or entitlements you have. The universe works with precision. It attracts and repels the magnetism of your soul with perfection. Pay particular attention to any message that comes in threes. Develop your wisdom, knowledge, and skills. It is time to focus on becoming the highest version of yourself. Journal and action. Take some time to contemplate the following. Am I embodying that which I seek? Do I give what I desire to have? Who do I need to become to have the vibrational match manifest in my life? You know what I'm saying? We assign meaning to things, and it's not to say, sometimes I think and that's one reason why I've kind of just pulled back from teaching concepts that I believe to everyone. Like, sometimes conversations, I don't want to attract situations where I'm unheard, so I'm not having conversations with people who don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, I realize sometimes gratitude seems like this delusional space, or having faith that something could come about to some people seems like a delusional space, which is allowed. Again, everyone's allowed to have the perspective that they have, but I feel like I'm feeling everything. Like, I feel miserable when I feel miserable, and I allow myself to use those feelings of misery to transmute it into something more beautiful. I am in control of my thoughts. Like, I want to be, I desire to be, and I choose to be. So I allow myself to see the circumstances I'm in the way that I need them to be. I say this situation is coming about so that when I have this, I understand how to appreciate it better. And I see the ways that things have progressed so that I'm able to be in those spaces. I have slept on the floor. I have slept on a bench. I've slept in a car. You know what I'm saying? I've had my experiences. And I could be in a space of despair. Life be beating my ass. I am one of God's strongest, and I am very proud to wear that. And I chose all those circumstances. I'm not upset. Like, I like to feel like I have choices. And in those circumstances, when it felt like it was out of my control, I chose my thoughts. And when I chose my thoughts, I aligned to better. I aligned to what I need. And again, some situations make me like, the closer I get to what I want, the more agitated things starts the more agitating things start to make me. But it's only making me agitated because I'm recognizing something that is not resonating with me, and I can choose to understand what it is that will. So when I'm in spaces of feeling like I don't have what I want, I will continue to imagine having that thing, and then I will. So that's just how I go about this. Like, this is how I manifest, you know? I'm a conscious co-creator, and I love to be. And there's no low that makes me feel like I'm completely out of control. There's no low that makes me feel like there won't be a up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes shifts do not feel fucking pleasant. Sometimes shifts reveal the deepest parts of ourselves that we hide. You know what I'm saying? So I know when things are happening that put me in a space of despair, it's revealing to me secret patterns that are within my mind that hold me back from what I truly desire. There's secret patterns within my mind that have been projected onto me. There's moments where I think the physical experience is what is making me so upset. And then I really dive into it, and it's like, no, this also triggers this feeling that I've had in my childhood, or in this experience, or when I was here, or I held on to that belief. I held on to that projection. I told myself this lie, and I held on to it, and it's still here. And sometimes without those low moments, I wouldn't understand my shadow aspects in order to embody them better, in order to accept them. I accept how I am when I'm at my lowest because it teaches me a lot, and I use my lowest to transmute into what I need to be. Like, you know, there's habits I've had to work through, and there's habits that still remain that I will continue to work through whenever I'm given the opportunity to work through them. Like, I feel like every experience I have is an opportunity, because I could just not be experiencing, and I would hate that. I love experiencing, and I love opportunities. So I'm grateful for the life that I'm living, regardless of how it looks and how it appears. Like, I just want to experience things. So even when it comes to like past events where I have victimized myself, or I have made my, first of all, I realize I can't even attach myself to the victim identity once I make choices. Once I say, okay, so this is what it is. Here's how I'm going to make an empowered choice to make my life better, to improve this circumstance, then I no longer feel so victimized because I made a choice. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to be able to be aware of my choices. So again, in situations where I felt victimized or I hold on to resentment, I look at it and I'm like, you know what? Like, that was an experience that I was meant to have. Like, and again, sometimes these are things I have to continuously tell myself. Like, those were experiences that I was meant to have. And does that take away from the accountability that I feel? So it should be had on other parties' ends. Does that take away from the feeling of justice that I wish to experience? You know what I'm saying? No, but again, it just helps me to be like, you know what? I experienced that thing. Here's what I'm going to do with that experience. I don't want to hold on to it. I don't want to hold on to it. So here's what I'm taking from that experience. There's things that are outside of my control. A lot of my experiences are outside of my control. But I will take those experiences and make them my own and continue to move forward. That's what I choose. And that's what I'm sharing because, you know, I've had a lot of experiences, and like, again, like, I just want to continue to have experiences, and I want to be more conscious of the experiences that come into my reality. Like, I want more pleasant experiences. I don't want to hold myself to the unpleasant experiences that I've had. Like, so I'm gonna see the pleasantries in the things that suck, because sometimes things really suck, and there's moments that I could be like, oh my god, this is what life is. But I would rather just see the pleasantries in it so that I can continue to create beautiful experiences. And I say that as someone who consciously manifests things, and I want to see how much I can, and I understand there's certain things in me that hold me back. Like, I've had manifestations that are really cool, you know? So, yeah. Universal law of emergent evolution. Make a new declaration for your life. During evolution, upon demand for life to prevail, there emerges new properties. For example, the fifth finger emerged out of necessity for survival. Form transforms upon the insistence of consciousness. When the individual demands and commands the subconscious and subjective mind, universal law is set into motion. The creative process begins with the belief in mind, which sets polarity into motion. Polarity is real. Oh. Evolution is the result of this polarity in physical form. Involution is the internal impression upon mind and what informs universal law. Evolution is the outcome of the law in motion, which affects the elements and chemical reactions. Awaken the oracle within. It indicates that you are ready for a metamorphosis. It is time to demand what you desire by declaring it into your subconscious mind and impressing upon the universal law. By drawing this card, it indicates that you have been unclear in your conviction. This universal law responds out of necessity. The first step in directing this law is to get clear on who you must become to thrive and live a prosperous life. You know, how much more do I say? You know, you have to understand aspects of yourself and decide which ones do you want to hold on to and which ones do you want to let go of in order to continue to consciously create. And sometimes I talk like I'm talking to people who don't understand these topics, and it's like, no, like, my audience is meant to understand these and are guided towards this because this is what they're open up to. Like, when I first found Neville Goddard, I was opening up to it. Like, there was things that I was experiencing and understanding for my own that aligned me to certain channels and certain creators. And yeah, like, I was embodying new aspects of myself that opened up new doors. And I'm really grateful for those experiences. And I'm happy where those experiences taking me, and I know what a bridge of events is, you know? Sometimes that bridge of events, that metamorphosis is not pleasant, but it brings to light everything that you need. And within those experiences, you're still consciously co-creating. So those, you can guide your shift, but you know where your shift is taking you. I'm more of a law of assumption girly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I prefer that law of assumption. It doesn't matter what I see or what my thoughts are telling me. My assumptions are true. If I assume that I am meant to live a luxurious life, then I will. So in every moment that I exist, I will find luxury. Because luxury to me looks different from luxury to another. I am co-creating my life. And that's the only thing I have control over. So I'm going to just pull some cards. Surrender to it and release control. You got to just let things flow how they're meant to. Do something sexy. You want to live an existence that makes you feel sexy, that makes you feel sensual and pleasurable, then you initiate that. You initiate that within your life. You initiate that in many ways. There's so many different ways. You get creative. You allow yourself to really embody what you are what you seek. You are what you seek. Whatever you seek within yourself is present, is there. You're just listening to the chain of events that is bringing you to that exact thing, that exact desire. So if you feel to do something to embody a certain element that is present within yourself, because you would not seek that if you were not. You are sexy. I am. So how do I remind myself? That is what the task becomes, you know? Aries, Libra, who's mad? This is, yeah, these cards are so. Virgo, what the fuck? I don't ever pull that many sides. Refocus on love. That is such a different, what do I have to say for that? That is such a different, Again, do not allow the projections of others in. Don't allow the projections that you feel, the projections that maybe like coming, like, see them all as elements of yourself. Like, any projection that you accept is reflective of something going on within yourself. So if, like, let's say you start to embody this different version of yourself, you start to embody the version of yourself that is the sexiest version of yourself, and now you have people like kind of throwing shade at you and trying to drag you down. You have to peep it. If you accept something, then that's an insecurity that's already present within you that was holding you back from being sexy. And sometimes, again, it don't be having nothing to do with you. If it doesn't stick, then it has nothing to do with you, and you just have to allow things to be what it is. Yeah. And then just a side note, I got, like, you flirt private love life, like, you might have gang stalkers, but that is not the purpose of this reading. This reading is to talk about allowing yourself to truly embody the version of you that you wish to be. And sometimes that past, those old energies, those old projections, all of that shit comes to surface. And it comes to surface so that you can work through it. So that you can work through it, and so that you can understand new aspects of yourself and move forward into that higher version of yourself. And yeah. Okay, so I feel like that is the reading because I'm starting to feel tired and sleepy. I feel really calm and relaxed, so it feels like everything that I needed to say has been said. So thank you for being here. Come back. Okay.